The net jester.
Are you talking to me? Are you talking to me?
Where's Omega?
Well, you see, I got online with him and he said something about being high in the middle and round on two ends. I don't know.
Jester, a penguin is driving a car, right?
Yeah.
And he hears a loud noise from the car, and he takes it into a mechanic. And he says, and the mechanic says to him, "Well, I'll have it ready in an hour." And he says, "Okay, I'll go across the street because there's this ice cream place across the street." He comes back and he's had an ice cream and he's very happy about this. He comes back and he asks and he looks at the mechanic, and the mechanic says to him, "Well, I think a seal burst. I think you blew a seal." And he goes, "That's just ice cream on my face." Let's start the show.
Please.
You'd be good as back in time if you only listen to it's serious. It's serious. It's serious. And that's the bottom line. Cause Stone Cold said so.
Hey everybody, and welcome to episode number 144 of Wooo It's Serious. My name is Gunner, and that is Yankum DES.
I'm trying to make it so that the stream is on the Sirius tube, and I have no idea what I'm doing.
God damn you. And then there's Net Jester, who is just here.
But aren't we all here? In a stream of thought consciousness sort of way.
Side note, it's working.
Oh, it's working? Oh, excellent. Yeah. Hello, Tima.tv/Woo Radio.
Yeah, I'm the only one in there.
Consciousness. Ooh.
Are you in Radio Woo, or are you in Woo Radio?
I'm in Sirius tube.
You're in... Oh, well, there's that then. I've been advertising the entirely wrong URL this entire week. Thank you, Jacob, for actually updating me on the topic. But
well, I
do
didn't
something
know.
else. Let's get with the news. WWE Creative has been working with a new main roster gimmick for NXT star Adrian Neville, and the gimmick could be inspired by the legendary character Mighty Mouse. Basically, there were suggestions within the WWE the past week about putting a mask on him and making him a kid's character based on Mighty Mouse. It's not set in stone, but besides the Ascension, which debuted last night on Raw, Neville is the next NXT talent to be brought to the main roster, and they're working for ideas for him. Please, for the love of God, I do not want to see a Mighty Mouse on a guy who can flip like motherfucker.
Yeah, this has Vince. This has Vince written all over it, and it's not one of the best ideas we've ever heard of on God's green earth. But can we just brainstorm a couple of good ideas for Adrian Neville to get to the main roster? And I'm not saying that maybe a superhero gimmick wouldn't be a good idea. I mean, it's been a long time since we've had the Hurricane, but maybe do something a little bit more down to earth. Christopher Nolan, Batman-ish.
Well, what he could do is he could wear a mask, but he could wear wings, and then his ears could flap, and then he could be Dumbo.
Oh, Lord. Okay. So you
well, I mean, if you're going to go...
superhero thing at all.
No, I don't
think that would be right for him. I think that if he just went out as, Adrian Neville and tried to be himself, and they portrayed him as a unique character, I think everything would be okay. Moving on, former WWE superstar CM Punk is expected to make his debut in UFC's Octagon in late 2015. It's being speculated that Punk could debut on UFC's big event in July, but the feeling is that it will be later in the year. On a related note, Punk will host a UFC 182 weigh-ins Q&A for Fight Club members on January 2nd at the Marquee Ballroom at the MGM Grand in Las Vegas. The Q&A begins at 2, and if you're in Vegas, that's a good chance to go visit.
Well, we've already had a little bit negative feedback from a couple of UFC fighters who are a little honked off that even though Punk might be bringing a whole new audience to UFC, more professional wrestling fans, they think he's sort of cutting in front of the line because of his celebrity. Now, I can't say whether or not that has any merit to it. That probably does, because a lot of MMA fighters, they practice for years before they even get a big shot of any professional fight anywhere near UFC caliber or level. But it sounds like Punk still isn't making any friends wherever he goes.
It's probably the whole, fake. Wrestling's fake. What's this guy doing in my real sport?
That's basically the entire premises of the arguments. Moving on, WWE will be returning to Tokyo on the 3rd and the 4th at Sumo Hall, and they're pushing this to be the big debut of Hideo Itami. And with Itami now in NXT, J-Sports in Japan has been airing NXT TV each week and air the TakeOver R Evolution show live.
Well, that's pretty good news. I mean, Lord knows that was a kick-ass show. The match between the Ascension and Balor and Itami, unfortunately, I didn't think, Itami was so showcased in there as much as he could have been. So I'm pretty sure that was a downer for Japanese fans. But, going back to the Tokyo Sumo Hall, and, I love it when the WWE goes to places they haven't been to in a long, long time. I mean, we got the European tour every year, but a Southeast Asian tour or a tour of Japan or anywhere along those lines, haven't seen that in the proverbial Coon's age, so it's nice to see what...
Whoa. You can't say that on the air.
Southeast Asia in a long time?
Coon.
No, he's talking... God damn it.
What? Now what?
You can't say that on the air. It's racist.
Are you kidding me? Raccoons live a hell of a long time. Raccoons have
That's
been...
That's not where that comes from. It's not from raccoons.
Yes, it is from raccoons.
Rochester, I'm sorry.
Seriously?
It's not.
It's really not.
No.
Do you know that?
No.
If you... There is precedent that raccoons live a long time, therefore that's where it comes from.
Manchester, that doesn't matter. That's not where it comes from. Please just don't say things like that on the air. If you're going to say something like that, please type it in the chat so that I can tell you not to.
Moving on, the upcoming season of
all three of our listeners are gone now. They're like, well, fuck this.
No, they're whack. Come on.
Yes, they are. What are you talking about? The upcoming season of WWE Total Divas, which is a scene where the Divas are at a party eating spiked brownies, likely with marijuana in them, and drinking alcohol. It was noted from within the WWE that this is a total contradiction of how the company wants to portray their talents. Also, if the pop brownies were real, they would have brought fines from WWE wellness policy.
You want to talk about what's getting rid of our of all our listeners? It's every time we mention WWE Total Divas on this show. Now they're gone.
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I don't really want to watch it anymore. What?
Total Divas. What's that?
You know what? Oh, please.
It's the show to get the Bellas over.
Yeah. Who cares if they ate fucking pop brownies? And it's not like they couldn't afford the fines.
Speaking of another Bella, we noted Tor MMA is in talks with the former Alberto El Patron Del Rio about coming in. It appears that Del Rio will be making his return to the MMA world. There's said to be a promotion besides Bellator that is currently trying to sign him. That's probably somebody in fucking Japan. Del Rio is expected to take the better money deal. Regarding the former WWE Champion's upcoming Ring of Honor run, he specifically asked to work a match with ACH because he thinks ACH is a really talented wrestler and is from San Antonio. Del Rio also asked to work matches with Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly. ROH is looking to do a Del Rio versus Jay Lethal for their March 1st pay-per-view, which should be interesting considering the fact that, the amount of racist promos that are going to come. Oh wait, no, it's Jay Lethal, not Jay Briscoe. My bad.
Zing! But Jay Briscoe, be interesting to see what he would come up with. Oh Lord, the amount of how shall I put this? The amount of oh my God, I can't believe he said that would be tremendous. Yep, but we all know that El Patron was in MMA for a little while. Do you think he has actually a chance to go back and actually win a few fights?
One or two.
If they put him against guys that are, at his level or lower, which they probably will, because nobody wants to see their guy lose, and if you want to get somebody like that, you're not having people pay to see him get his ass beat. Speaking of people not paying for things, here's some TNA Impact Wrestling ratings.
No.
Impact, yeah, here we go. Impact ratings. Impact averaged a .88 rating with 1.06 million viewers in September. That's down from the 1.01 with 1.2 million viewers in September in 2013, and .98 rating with 1.28 million viewers in September 2012. Impact averaged a .83 with 1.03 million viewers in October. That's down from the .91 rating with 1.14 in October 2013 and .92 with 1.16 million viewers in October 2012. The last three first-run Impact episodes averaged a .81 rating with 960,000 viewers, down from a .87 rating with 1.04 million viewers in 2013, and a .96 rating in, oh my God, somebody just fucked up the format while I was trying to read it. Thank you, whoever just changed the text size in the midst of my read. I'm glad that couldn't wait. This show is so professional.
Wasn't me.
Netchester.
What? You had mouse-sized font on there, for God's sake. I didn't know it would affect anyone ever. Just keep going. Just keep going. TV's last episode was Spike TV aired, and they'll return on the 7th of January. Impact Wrestling airing on Destination America, and what could be a sign of bad ticket sales for the first Destination America tapings in New York City. They are now offering a 50% discount on tickets for all three tapings. Holy shit. It did not take long. If I lived in New York City, I'd take it on that price.
Nope.
I would. I mean, that'd be okay. I would go
if they were papering.
Rebranding. Oh yeah, I mean papering too. But I think that's what they're going to end up doing. That's going to be the worst part about it.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay though.
Speaking of other things that you wouldn't pay for, AJ Lee is currently out of action with an injury. She had been working hurt so that he could wrap up a feud with the Divas champion Nikki Bella. Who I believe is only champion because somebody said that somebody called them out on a rule and they're doing it to prove a point. WWE officials were planning on doing a significant injury angle to try AJ off TV, but that was nixed for an unknown reason. AJ being away is why Naomi and Natalya were moved into contendership for Nikki's title. Original plans had Naomi challenging Nikki, but then they go with Natalya. Belief for the WWE is that AJ will be back in 2015 sometime.
Wait. I'm sorry. The only thing I caught out of that is them possibly going with Natalya for the Divas title, and I am elated.
Possibly.
Even if it's just a possibility,
Tyson Kidd's
I'm
wife.
elated.
I mean, come on.
Oh, that whole thing. But AJ, I hope she can come back and do things and stuff, and not get stuck with shitty non-wrestling divas instead of women wrestlers. You know, like bros. I just no interest whatsoever. I literally every time there's a Divas match, I go outside to smoke. That is my smoke break. And I'm grateful for it.
Unless it's Natalia, right?
Natty, yeah. Unless it's Natty, you know. And then I wait for a Kofi match.
Speaking of waiting for a Kofi match, the Blue Meteor revealed on Twitter the WWE ECW Unreleased Volume 3 DVD comes out in April and will feature behind-the-scenes and never-before-seen promos from some of the ECW's strongest personalities, including Rey Mysterio, Mick Foley, Stevie Richards, Ravens, Shane Douglas, and others.
That's gonna be awesome. I will have to
DVD.
I will have to find that and get it. Especially, I mean, just for the Mick Foley and Raven interviews. Those guys are brilliant. And any kind of insight you can get from those two is definitely worth listening to.
And moving on here, Taz has a news podcast. You could listen to it. It's on CBS Radio. And his first guest will be Edge on January 7th. And then he'll talk about his debut of the 2000 Royal Rumble as well. Fans of Taz? Maybe?
Yeah. I mean, I'll give it a listen. It can't be bad. It's not like he was ever really... I mean, he was good at the table when, you know, he wasn't getting the Vince in his ear treatment. Or maybe I'm misremembering and he was better at the... Maybe I'm misremembering and he was better at the table when he was getting the Vince in his ear treatment. Because his TNA commentary, not so much.
An update on the UK situation with the WWE and the network and whatnot. The Royal Rumble is currently priced at £20, a £5 increase from the previous non-WrestleMania pay-per-view price. While not confirmed, there's no more free pay-per-views on Sky Sports. Raw is unaffected, full 3 hours live in the early hours of Tuesday morning. New episodes of Main Event will air around 10 p.m. on Thursdays. SmackDown will stay around 10 p.m. on Fridays. NXT is nowhere to be found, nor Superstars. Superstars is definitely gone from its old Sky 1 Saturday afternoon slot, and the recap filler shows, Experience, Bottom Line, and Afterburn, and Vintage Collection still seem to be at random places in the schedule. What news do you think is supposed to come here? Oh, that's right, the WWE Network.
This comes just a few days for the end of the year, and it's the biggest, I think, shoot yourself in the foot news that I've ever heard in a long time. That WWE is not only raising prices when they could just put the network out there and get a hell of a lot of subscriptions for whatever the pound equivalent of is. This is just...
Well, here's the thing. I don't think it says that WWE raised the price. It just says the Royal Rumble is... Yeah. So if Sky is raising the price, there's nothing WWE can do about that. And there's still... isn't there still a bit of work to be done about getting the network across the pond there?
The thing with the last bit of the network news that you've gotten is the fact that the network is going to become its own station, much like the Canada deal. where
why?
got the and they got the shitty network, and then it's not all online like we have it here, which is what everyone else prefers. But
silly. That's an awful, terrible idea, and it's just indicative of WWE and this whole network fiasco. As much as I love the network and the idea behind it, they did not have their shit together, and they should have had their shit together before they even announced they were going to try it. At this point,
it's think just they would do that.
Well, I mean, could you imagine any other company, multi-billion-dollar company in the world? Well, never mind, because I just remembered video game industry.
Comcast.
Assassin's Creed Unity.
Get the last bit.
Alright, as noted, WWE Hall of Famer Tully Blanchard was injured after doing a run-in at a recent Pro Wrestling Syndicate event following his daughter Tessa Blanchard's mixed tag match. Blanchard actually injured himself while getting in the ring for the run-in. He went to hit multiple drop kicks inside the ring. PWS sent word that Tully's injury is being described as a partially torn tendon in his left bicep. Tully commented, "It hurts to exert the muscle, but I'll live." Holy shit, what a tough guy. I would cry like a little bitch. Also, some of the rosebuds from this week's Raw and SmackDown tapings included indie wrestlers Shelley Kapowski, Donnie Pepper Cricket, Sean Nautilus, and Jason Strife, who was the Chicken. Strife also played the soldier that Rusev kicked in October.
Wow, you want to talk about made-up names for the birthdays? Damn.
Okay. Let's
exactly.
Let's just do this.
15 minutes on, we're going to talk about Raw. So Raw happened. And, it was a pretty average episode. Nothing terribly big happened on it.
Except for the whole Edge and fucking Christian were there.
Yep. It was a pretty sweet episode. I mean, you two, I assume, watched it.
Something that actually reeked of awesomeness.
Alright, Yankum, since you picked the topic this week, what did you want to discuss?
Dick Butt Unchained. That is what I decided to call my little portion of the segment here. For those of you who did not see, Daniel Bryan did come down to the ring last night during Raw and announced that he will be back soon and as an entrant in the Royal Rumble. I cannot get hype enough. In fact, I've started snorting cocaine and injecting methamphetamines to try and get more hype. Nothing's working.
I could understand that. It made me very happy to see that the worst fears that we had have been averted, for now, at least. There's a little hope on the horizon. My question, and the biggest question that we have now is, well, Roman Reigns is scheduled to win the Royal Rumble, guys. So, hey, baby girl, what do you think of his chances now?
4 words for you, Gunner. Card subject to change.
Yes, thank God.
I know, isn't that the greatest thing?
I don't have a problem with him winning the Rumble either. I mean, Daniel Bryan doesn't have to come back, win the Rumble, and then win the title right away.
I would love for him actually to come back and win the title right away, because I mean that's who should have the title right now, anyways. I mean, if he's healthy.
Well, I agree, but I'm just saying it doesn't have to happen that way. There's nothing wrong with taking it a little bit slow. I would prefer him to get the title fast, but I'm okay with Roman Reigns getting a Rumble win. I said it.
Why are you okay with Roman Reigns getting a Rumble win?
Because I am on a completely different bandwagon than the rest of the IWC and have no irrational hate for Roman Reigns. I actually like him. I think the Superman punch thing is really cool. And I think if they stopped trying to send him out there with a promo to read and let him just go out and talk, he would probably be a lot better.
Right. Jester, what do you think?
Well, first of all, I'm of the mind that, first of all, you need to read the promos they give you before they'll trust you enough in order to do your own promos. Other than that, I'm not exactly sure, he's a big guy. He's a mastodon. He's definitely somebody Vince likes. But, as a member of the Shield, he was very good in a group, and I go all the way back to, I still believe that it wasn't the proper time to disband the Shield. However, we've gotten very good villainy in the form of Seth Metal and this feud he's had beginning with Dean Ambrose. And don't ask me about Ambrose and Wyatt right now. That will bunny cat hop off into the distance as far as I'm concerned. But getting back on Roman Reigns, they just want to push him so hard and so fast. And I've said it before, I'll say it again. It feels like we're in the midst of John Cena 2.0. Very few people like this guy, like they like Cena at the beginning, and yet we're going to be stuck with him anyway, whether we like it or not.
To me, Roman isn't ready. And if Brian is ready, then...
Just because he wins the Rumble doesn't mean he's going to win the title. In reference to Reigns, of course. What? No. No, it doesn't. Not everyone who's ever won the Royal Rumble has won the title.
Well, I mean, that's true, but at the same time, a first Rumble win and in a loss, I mean, who would you lose to? Cena? Or Lesnar?
Yes.
So you're saying that Cena will win on the Royal Rumble?
No.
Then how would Cena have the title?
Oh, yes, I'm sorry. I thought you were saying Cena would win the Royal Rumble, and I'm like, no, he's not even in the Rumble. But, that's possible. Or he could face... I mean, he's a face, so obviously I think Cena would lose. Which is weird to say. If they were going to have him win and go to the WrestleMania to face whoever is the champion, they're going to have a heel champion. So for him to have even been booked to win the Rumble, they had to intend for Cena to lose at the Rumble in the first place. So Brock Lesnar, and I could definitely see Brock beating Reigns via disqualification or something. They beat the hell out of each other, and then Reigns gets thrown outside and can't get back in. It makes sense.
At the end of the day, I mean, let's put it this way. At this point, there's good news and there's bad news. And you know what the good news is? Sammy Bryan's back. You know what the bad news is?
Wait.
Roman.
The bad news is Barrett.
Well, bad news, Barrett's back. Beyond that.
Yes, he is.
He's looking ripped. in like 2000.
He looks great.
2010 version.
And that's
And apparently he's a baby face now.
Yeah, why? We've been trying to get the WWE to push Cesaro, and Vince, for some damn reason, doesn't think he's ready, but the fans have been behind him, even though he's supposed to be a heel, and he gives up what could be described as a pipe bomb of a little thing on Raw last night, and here comes Barrett out to bury him.
Nope, I would disagree with that. I think that it put both of these people over. Barrett actually did a really good job of coming back and having his debut match back. Cesaro's looking pretty disgruntled there, but I agree with what's been said. What's been said about him to an extent. I don't believe that he isn't, the number one guy, or that he doesn't have the capability to have it. I believe, however, that what he has going on right this very second isn't the main event character or the main event thing that he has currently. He's got upper mid card. This gimmick is upper mid card, but he needs his career defining moment. He needs his pipe bomb basically, and this is the start of this.
He needs his chain gang.
Oh, Lord. Just when we thought I'd getting rid of that. Okay, let's move along a little bit quickly. What did we think of the IC strap match last night between Rusev and That
match, that's my suggestion for later. I'm calling it now. That match was incredible. If you ever want to see how to throw or how to sell in a match, just Google ragdoll physics and Ziggler's name, and that's it. No, it was a really good match. And Ziggler picked up the win over Rusev. And Rusev still looked incredibly strong, putting him in the accolade against in the ropes, which was really cool to see.
That was interesting. It definitely brought a new area of brutality to that particular move. I totally saw a no holds barred match with him using that in something crazy. Later on down the line. I mean, you guys see... I see Rusev as a main eventer. Oh, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
He's a little bit unusual.
He's like a Bulgarian Umaga.
No, it's really what he is. But he's better than Umaga because he can wrestle better.
Yep.
Oh, those things are saying...
to speak ill of the dead, but let's move on real quick. Had the big guy, and something the WWE hardly ever does, which is acknowledge its own history. Ryback came out more as his alter ego, Ryan Reynolds, and put himself out there in front of the entire Raw television and in arena audience to say, this is who I am, this is where I come from, this is what I want to do going forward, which a lot of people thought was out of character, but it was a surprisingly different way to go with the character, and I liked it.
I thought it was perfect. I thought it was exactly what he needed. Because, I mean, you can only have so many guys that are like, oh, I smash. This thing with I take the negative and I turn it into a positive, and you want to keep throwing the negative in there, and I just say, feed me more.
It's just, it just illustrates the, it just illustrates the fact that as long as we have, 15 minutes to talk on here and cut a promo, that isn't somebody that's a main eventer, we have character development, and we have people that we can actually trust and believe in.
Which is pretty good.
Alright, we've only got 3 minutes and 30 seconds left. The Authority.
To talk about, right?
3 minutes.
The Authority. We're going to talk about we're going to talk about Oksana's tits for the next 3 minutes and 30 seconds because that would be much more entertaining.
We're going to talk about how the Ascension now thinks they're Kratos from God of War.
I thought they were the Legion of Doom.
They are the Legion of Doom, but they're the Legion of Kratos Doom.
Exactly. It's the red stripe.
I was wondering how the PC Master Race had invaded the booking room, and we're going to create this one. It's called the Ascension. They walk around and they carry graphics cards.
Okay, but let's get to main events since we're out of time and talk about how Seth Metal pretty much said he was going to end the life/career of Edge if Cena didn't bring the Ascension back.
Well, let's clear this up because Edge's career is already over. He's done. He can't do anything ever again for risk of not being able to walk anymore. So you got Seth Rollins. I don't know why I almost forgot his name for a second there. Pitting his head against a briefcase, the Metal Money in the Bank briefcase, and then telling John Cena that if he did not bring back the Authority, then Edge would have his neck crushed and never be able to walk again. And of course, Cena negotiates with terrorists because he's a pussy and gives them what he wants.
So you guys know those times that you go out to like the Dairy Queen, right? And you're in Dairy Queen, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna get myself some food, and I got a bunch of singles, so I'm gonna throw them on the counter, and then they're like, here, sir, here's your change, and you're like, no, I don't want it because it's too much clutter. Well, that's particularly what happened here because there's just ain't no change. It's all the same shit.
They know sunshine when she's gone, except there was sunshine when the Ascension was gone, and now we have to them back.
You went a long way around for that joke.
I think I did, yeah, but basically this all makes no sense. Why wouldn't Cena just fucking fuck him up? I mean, is that...
Not just you.
Okay.
Apparently my dog as well.
Dairy Queen drive-thru?
Gunner's dog.
Dairy Queen drive-thru.
Alright guys, Dairy Queen drive-thru. With the ratings this week, since there are none, I'm going to do them. Okay, they're done. Birthdays. Jester.
Once again, see if there are any dead people in the birthdays, and once again, I'm going to try to be snookered. But having that in hand, with the birthdays, on the 30th of January, we have
30th of December.
30th of December, okay. January, December, it all sorts of melds together in a beautiful stream of consciousness. Oh,
Jester,
just read the goddamn birthdays, Jester.
I'm sorry, my hippie was trying to escape. I put him back in his cage. Okay, 30th of December, Pierre Ouellette, I think. Then the 31st, Sadoka, Matt Cross, and Martin Stone.
Jesus.
What?
That's Sakota.
Sakota. Okay, so on the 1st of January, we have none other than the Mouth of the South, Jimmy Hart, Ryoko Day. Okay, this is going to be painful.
Really? I want you to go back because you added like 8 syllables to that first name that didn't need to be there.
Rayo. Okay, Rayo, not Ryoko. Okay.
Okay. Rayo.
Jalisco Jr.
J makes an H sound in Spanish.
Jalisco Jr. Close.
We're slowly teaching that Jester to read.
I'm trying.
Jester.
Anyway.
We're going with a new rule here. Ready?
What?
You get 2 times to pronunciate a name. If you do not pronunciate it in those times, you move on.
I'm fine with that. Tell that to Yankum, for crying out loud.
Move on.
Moving on. None other than the lovely and posed nude a bunch of times, Kimberly Page Faulkner, or the Diamond Doll. Then we move on to Rodney from the Mean Street Posse, and I'd like to move on from him as quickly as humanly possible. Then none other than former TNA champion Bobby Roode. On the third, we have none other than ECW stalwart New Jack, and then the legendary JR himself, Jim Ross. Then on the fourth, we have Chris Kanyon. Who's better than Kanyon? Nobody. Then we have Le Parca number 2 and Jim Powers.
Alright, and now it is time for This Week in Wrestling with
Me! See what I did there? I knew you were totally going to do that, but I just took it away from you. Now, on January 4th in 1992, WCW and New Japan Pro Wrestling held a second co-promoted supercard in Tokyo, Japan. In the show's double main events, Riki Choshu defended the IWGP Championship against Tatsumi Fujinami, and Lex Luger defended the WCW Championship against Masa Chono. On the 4th in 1996, ECW held House Party 96. In the main event, the Public Enemy defeated the Gangstas. In January 4th of 1999, in an attempt to sway fans in their favor, WCW gave away the results of that night's pre-recorded episode of WWF Raw is War, with WCW announcer Tony Schiavone commenting, "If you're even thinking about changing the channel to our competition, fans, do not. We understand that Mick Foley, who wrestled here one time as Cactus Jack, is going to win the world title. That's gonna put butts in the seats." The tactic would backfire, however, as almost 600,000 fans would change the channel to the competition after the remark. The event would end up being a blunder that the company would never fully recover from, as it began a rating shift back towards the then WWF.
And probably all three of us were among the ones who switched over our television sets.
If I had one at the time, I would have. But I didn't. So I don't. Alright, and happy trails. Happy trails this week to Kevin Nash, who's got his butt arrested for getting in a fight with his son on Christmas Eve. Also, happy trails to Christian, who apparently has been retired as an in-ring worker. So goodbye, Mr. Blue Dot. We hope to see you on many pre-pay-per-view shows and other various WWE things. Please give me an Edge and Christian sitcom. Please give me an Edge and Christian
Yeah, I'll put Christian back on, what's that sci-fi show Edge is on? Haven?
Haven. Yeah. I have not seen Haven, actually.
Yeah, why not?
I have not either.
Because I just haven't. Have you?
Nope.
Well, I guess that's something we may all watch at one point or another and give a review on. That sounds like a good idea.
I avoid sci-fi originals as much as possible.
What? Warehouse 13's okay.
That's
never seen
there,
it.
Ain't it?
Yeah, they just wrapped up. Anyways, so, what should we watch this week in wrestling? Net Jester.
Well,
Don't you
you
do
see, I just got a little... What?
Don't do it. I know what you're going to do. Don't you say it.
I'm going to say something.
Well, I'm going to say something, too. This Christmas, you'll never guess what my sister got me.
A wrestling DVD.
The 3-disc set of Ricky Steamboat, The Life Story of the Dragon. And this has got some good stuff on it. Yes, indeed. The covers itself is of Ricky Steamboat taking on Don the Rock Morocco, and Ricky Steamboat in his last Hall of Fame dig when he had a match against Jericho. I can't remember if that was on WrestleMania or on Raw.
WrestleMania. No, that was WrestleMania. That was him. It was Mickey Rourke and...
And there was a third wrestler in there as well, I think. I feel like there was a third wrestler.
There was. I just don't remember who. Hacksaw, maybe.
So on this one, we have the biography of his life, along with special features. On disc 2, we have, and 3, we have selected matches. I'm going to select from the very the very bottom of disc. Well, since we already talked about that one, the very top of disc 3, the 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World Heavyweight Championship. Ricky the Dragon Steamboat versus Nature Boy Ric Flair from Clash of the Champions 6, April 2nd, 1989.
Oh yes, I believe that is the third in their series, and that entire series is amazing. If you are a wrestling fan or someone who's just getting into the business, I would highly recommend that you watch all of them, because it is the perfect example of how a babyface and a heel should work together. I mean, they are great examples of what wrestling was back in the day, and you could still learn a thing or two from these two great performers. Ian, what should we watch this week in wrestling?
Well, I mean, I already said, but I'll say it again, that Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev match on Raw last night, it was fantastic. And the kind of schmuzzy little ending did not ruin it at all, because Rusev is the kind of guy you would expect to ignore the ref and just stomp the shit out of somebody.
Absolutely you would. It was a decent example of a match. However, I am willing to suggest AJ Styles versus Naito from motherfucking the G Summit this year, because they're going up against each other again at Wrestle Kingdom 9, which is this Saturday/Sunday, the 4th. I'm not sure if it's Saturday, or if it's Sunday, like Sunday going into Monday, or Saturday going to Sunday, but it is the WrestleMania of NJPW, and you need to catch up on all of these. Let's see it.
Hear, hear.
Okay. So with all that said...
Is that it?
Yeah, that's it.
Alright, well, thank you everybody for listening. We really appreciate it. Let's get some plugs in. You can check us out online at smarksnark.com, smarksnark at Twitter. We got a Facebook. We got MySpace. We got a Friendster. We have a Bebo.
J-Date. We have a J-Date.
We have a J-Date and Instagram.
I made us an eHarmony.
I'm thinking of. We're on Flickr. We're on Xbox Live. We're on PlayStation Network. Steam. We're on Steam. We're on a bunch of other stuff. But in all seriousness,
whatever the one for Wii U is.
Oh yeah, the Wii Universe. I thought
we're on that.
This joke at one point. Anyway, but you can check us out there. Supwest. I've been perusing around in the particular non-wrestling related Time and Tube Classic West. So ye for all you motherfuckers out there. But beyond that, I mean, you know, check us out. Twitter.com/SparksTark if you want to tweet with us. SparksTark@gmail.com if you want to get a hold of us. Thank y'all for listening. I'm going to throw back. I'm going to do a little throwback here. Take care. Spike your hair.
Woo, woo, woo.
There's the ball on the floor, dribbling.
Every time, Yankee.
Just like the drool out of his mouth.
You know it. Good night, New Haven.